Each voice over IP phone must be provided a configuration file with network details, credentials for authentication, and other selected features. Firmware upgrades can also be provided by the provisioning server. Provisioning the phone starts by determining if you must install one phone or many. In either case, you'll need to program a phone, confirm that it's fully operational, and then export the resulting configuration text file to use as a template. You'll use that template to create enough configuration files for every phone. The provisioning server serves up the text-based configuration files to the phone. Usually the phone finds the server's IP address location via network protocols such as DHCP, option 66, or LLDP. Then it reaches out to that IP address and requests the file to download. When provisioning with a config ID, the installer will physically place the phone at its location, and after about 30 seconds, the phone will boot up and give an audio config ID tone prompt. At that point, the installer will type in the config ID number and press the pound key. The phone will then download the config file, reboot, and should then be fully operational after that reboot. Every device on a network has a media access control, or MAC address. And as an alternative to provisioning with a config ID, the Cetis VoIP phones can also request the configuration file named after its own unique MAC address. Using a MAC address config file can be more automated, but it's also more exacting, as the specific phone must be perfectly programmed to reside in a specific room. So how does the phone know about its provisioning server? Well, the phone requests provisioning server location via DHCP options at the same time as the phone is getting its IP address. It may also use another network method, the Link Layer Discovery Protocol, or LLDP, to find the server. Alternatively, the installer can manually load an existing configuration file or program the phone directly via the web user interface. And yet a third method is to use Cetis' redirection server to direct the phone to a remote provisioning server. So how do I create all these configuration files? By using tools provided by Cetis, you can create a template file that has all of the network information, credentials, speed dials, etc. to operate within your network environment. You then use that file as the basis to create a file for each phone by substituting a specific value such as extension, numbers, passwords, etc. The result is that you have an automated process to create all the unique files without making any mistakes that accompany programming hundreds of phones by hand.